Okay, hello, Paul.
Hey, Hermes.
We've been training together now for a while, around 6 months, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Please, let's introduce you.
Thank you for having me. I've been in Japan now for almost 7 years, and I'm from France, and I've been in France for until I was 20, and after that I moved to Belgium, and I've been there for a little bit under 5 years, and then after I moved to Japan, and I've been there since then. I started when I was 7 because my mother started karate, and at that time, I was just watching the classes and I thought it looked really fun and cool, and I just joined. And I think when I was a child I was really bad at it and I don't think I liked it so much for a few years. Not a lot of memories, but our teacher was really hard. It was this old man. The training were hard, and I think I was really bad at it. But at some point, maybe when I was 13 or 14, I really started to get hungry, and I wanted to be good at what I was doing. Around me were also other young people my age, more or less my age, and then we started competing together, and it was just, at some point I wanted to be better than everybody. And I realized that if I don't commit seriously, then it won't work. And I was 17, 18. And that's the point where competition always interested me. Even now it still interests me. But I feel most of my training isn't about competition, and I don't want it to be. So it's what you said, is I'm just the training itself and trying to be better than I used to be the day before.
Yes.
Is the point of my training. And that's also when at the time I started teaching to kids a little bit, and I thought I think that's what I want to do for the rest of
your life. Yeah, you just knew.
Yeah.
Man, that's so cool. And can you talk a little bit about your style of karate? If you have done any other karate styles before?
Yep. So my style is called Shotokan. It comes from Funakoshi Sensei, someone who brought karate from Okinawa to mainland Japan. And then from his teaching, several styles were born, and one of them is Shotokan. I think probably right now around the world it's one of the most popular style, along with Kyokushin probably. And I think the way to differentiate it with other karate styles, it would be the distance. If I want to be the most simple about it, Shotokan is about fighting on longer distances, whereas other styles like, let's say, Kyokushin or Goju-ryu are about very close contact, self-defense kind of things. Me personally?
Yes, exactly. The slight laugh there.
It's hard to pinpoint. I recently have had a little bit of success in competition specifically, and I feel that putting a lot of pressure and waiting for my opponent to make a mistake and capitalize on that has been my way to be successful. I use my reach, I use my legs.
What is your second most favorite karate style?
So I've done Kyokushin when I was 16 to 18, 2 years. For me, in Shotokan, I think I lacked a little bit of how to say, when I was 16, maybe I was a bit fragile. And then I went to Kyokushin, and then I really got the hell beaten out of me. I think mentally it was a big help. I stopped because I was not satisfied with the style and things like this. Now I would like to study other styles, but maybe Kyokushin, I don't think I would go again. But something a little bit deeper like Goju-ryu, I would be very interested in studying.
I view Shotokan karate as this style where people have those round gloves and they don't hit hard, and then the other day you've been away from training for like a month or two because you were preparing for the Old Japan.
Yeah.
And when I saw you the first time you came back to training, like all your knuckles were like teared off and bloody, and I was like, shit, they're probably they're fighting hard. What about your competition in karate? What are your biggest achievements? What are your achievements that you're most proud of?
I just after COVID we started competing in Japan again in 2022, And I've been in Japan already at that time since 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and I won some small tournaments, but the old Japan championship, I've always fell short. And in 2022, for the first time, I won. And to me, it was, I think, emotionally speaking, it was the most important.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge, right?
For me, it was really huge.
Yeah, also in Japan, where it's the cradle of karate, and being able to compete here, even teach here, like even you are being
it's a
here.
big honor.
Yeah,
I'm really happy to be
yeah.
able to
There
do
aren't
that.
many foreigners to teach Japanese martial arts in Japan, you know.
I think there are not so many. In my specific federation called the SKIF, Shotokan Karate International Federation, I'm the only foreigner that's in the headquarters. In 2022, I won for the first time, and then I won the next year after that. And that same year, I also won the World Championships. We have two competing style. One is with weight categories, and then when all the weight categories are done,
like an open
weight, but only for the people that are at the 2 or 3 tops.
So only people on the podium can compete.
Yes, and that's called Grand Championship. And that year at the World Championship, I lost in final of that. And I mean, it was good motivation to train, go back to training, but that failed.
I see. Yeah.
And this year, I same thing in Japan at the Grand Champion final. I lost to one of my not student but junior
peers.
One of my juniors.
I see.
Who's really good. So
you guys train together often?
Yes, we train together almost every day.
Yeah, that's rough, huh? Having to face somebody.
Yeah.
In Jiu-Jitsu, you know, there are lots of closeouts. People from the same team, they don't fight. So they just give the fight to the other person. I never liked it too much, but it is what it is. It's good to see that in karate you guys go wild, huh?
Yeah, I think I lost in this specific final. But both him and me, we're in the headquarters. Meaning in Japan, we're supposedly at the best level. And I think we showed a top level fighting here. You know, like he put me down, I put him down.
Which is the pinnacle of karate, right? Which is what you should be most proud of. Right?
Absolutely.
The process of it, not the result. That's amazing, man. How do you feel about Jiu-Jitsu now? Would you be allowed from your federation to do some Jiu-Jitsu competitions in Japan, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would. The training for me is so great. I love it. I'm so bad at it.
You're not bad at it, man. You're very good at it.
This mountain of things that I need to learn before I can start competing, you know?
But I mean, if I showed up to one of your karate classes, I'll probably feel that way today, you know? And I feel like my stance is bad, my hips are not aligning, I can't do the move well, you know? My body doesn't follow. It's pretty much the same thing in everything, right?
Yeah.
I think you're very talented. You do so well in Jiu-Jitsu, you know? Sometimes it's very common in Jiu-Jitsu that we have people from Judo, from wrestling, from other grappling arts. We don't usually get people from karate and so on. And the thing is, people seem to think that those people who come from grappling arts are good at Jiu-Jitsu because they have wrestled before. But I don't believe it's true, and you're a prime example of that. You have never really wrestled before, but you're very good at Jiu-Jitsu because it's your athleticism that helps you. Your balance, your coordination, your speed, understanding where the opponent's weight is or not, you know, those simple tasks like staying on top, like regaining your balance, you know, being heavy on top of the opponent. You don't need to have wrestled to be able to be good at that, you know. And it's so heartwarming to see that karate people can do good in Jiu-Jitsu as well. It's so good, you know. It says a lot about karate training as well, you know. It really creates strong people. So yeah, what do you think about Jiu-Jitsu, and how did you start training Jiu-Jitsu? Why did you start training Jiu-Jitsu? What's your view of it?
One reason of why I decided to start BJJ is because I watched a lot of MMA content. And at some level you can see that even really good striker can be completely outclassed with someone who can put them on the floor. And I thought, if someone puts me on the ground in a self-defense situation, I'm kind of helpless. And then another reason is because looking a little bit into BJJ online, and on Facebook or on YouTube, there's this whole technical aspect that seems to be so important. And to me, that was very attractive. You just understand positioning, and if you can read your opponent's movements, and if you know where your center of gravity is, these kind of things, then that's how you get the edge of the opponent. And to me, that's exactly like karate.
It is exactly like karate.
Yeah. And that's so I thought I want to do that, but apply it to something else. Okay, so first I want to practice something called Zengstachi, the front stance, and then from this front stance we step forward with a punch, so like this, and then we just make these movements. Okay. Zengstachi Oizuki. You start, let's say, with your left leg forward. The width should be about double the width of your hip. So something like this. And then you need to bend your front knee. Yes, that's it. The bend should be towards the line of your toe. Yeah. Then from here, we step forward. Important when you step forward is that you don't go up. You try to keep your low stance and just step forward like this. That's it. So the idea is to make not the widest possible, but a very wide stance. So we don't want to we don't want to stop halfway. We try to go deep. Important is how to use this leg. Okay. In the very beginning of your movement, if it opens, if it moves, pulls back, moves like this, that's not good. The idea is to feel like your knee is kind of plunging forward, and this will make your body weight shift forwards. And you use this movement to step. But next step is how to make the punch. So you start from the punching position already. Left in front, and then right comes to your hips. And then you step, but when you step, don't move. Don't move your upper body at all. Just keep it, and then at the end of your step, shift it, change hands. That's it, basically. When you're doing this, your movement is stopped a little bit early in your upper body. That's not so good. We always try to keep the axis from the hip to the head as straightforward as possible. So that you should have your body completely straight. That's why you need to go deep.
That's why you want to go deep.
Yes, that's it. Yes. You always want to use your core. The moment your body starts moving like this, it separates from your core. Because when you move, can you stand in front of me? When I move towards you, if my hand moves this way, then that will make you move or want to block, and you will react. So the idea is I keep my hand towards my center line, like this, not in front of my shoulder, towards my center line, and then I keep it as I'm moving forward. Always. So my center line and my arm are always on the same plane. And only last moment, I change. That's it. So not this way. It's really good. What this teaches you, one of the things that it teaches you, is how to move your center line forward as deep as possible. So now the idea to apply this movement is where any guard that you want, like this. And when I start moving towards you, the moment this line shifts is the moment you will go back. What I try to do is not shift, but generally, and how we use it in competition, I keep this angle, do these movements, keep my body straight.
I can really feel there is no telegraphing. It's beautiful.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
From all basic technique, we usually start from here. And then we kick with our back leg. So the kick is just the front kick, in Japanese, mairi. And then we lift from there, and then come back. Just this kick. So the pull-back motion is really important. But the idea is, can you stand in front of me?
Yes.
Can you put a guard? If I come here and then push you, then I push you when you come back. The idea here is to just go in and out. So front back leg or front leg, and use this as like a tool.
Clean, walk, you will stop. Yes, or if you used it for your
so by myself with a longer distance. And we kick specifically with this part, the ball of the foot, and in Japanese it's called koshi.
Koshi.
The name comes from the hand of the tiger, the paw of the tiger. Koshi.
Koshi.
So when you kick, your ankle should extend and your toes should lift. Not like this, not like this. So to have like this line, and you strike with this small part.
Okay.
Right?
So it's from my stance here. I'm left-footed. Can I kick with
Of
the
course.
stance? Yes.
Of course. From here, lift your knee first. So just lift the knee and back. Yes. Try to have your knee coming closer to your chest. Yes, that's it. If possible, when you do so, don't push your shoulder forward. Keep your body up. That's it. Okay. And then from here, kick and then snap back to the same point. That's it. Perfect. Very good. So a common mistake, or for this specific kick, is to have your hip moving before your kick starts. Which gives a big telegraph. It's more for pushing kick, right? So now I want to keep my body straight in this angle, and only when I kick. Only when I kick, my kick.
I noticed that I did that very heavily. Yes.
Yes, that's it. Very good. Yes.
Man, it's hard, huh?
So, for karate kick, we think of 3 axes going inside of our body. The vertical axis, from the top of your head that goes through your body between your legs. Horizontal axis that goes through your hip wings. And then another horizontal axis that goes like this. And then you move your hip only around those specific axes, one at a time. So when I kick this my elite, I don't want to have this motion. I just want to go around this axis here. This limits the extra movements which will make your kick.
I really get it.
So just this.
Okay.
Yes, very good, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm not happy.
The most important for kicking is our supporting leg, the non-kicking leg. Always. Because balance is most important. If my supporting leg, can you watch this way? If my supporting leg does this, when I kick, then I'm unbalanced even for a little instant. So try to keep this angle here, not up and down, not like this. Keep it. Like this.
I really see.
This is also training.
Yeah, it's not like the.
It's not like this one.
It's not like this one at all.
Okay, so I help you a little bit.
Yes.
I fix your leg like this, and then you
Yes.
from here.
I feel it. I'm moving it too much, huh? Yeah.
Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. Yes. Keep this angle. Keep this angle. Perfect. Very nice. Yeah. So there's a little bit of this. There's a little bit of this when you kick. Back, front, which makes your body move like it. What you want to do for basic is keep it here. Can you put your hand above my body? Just like that. We don't want that. From here, but I still use my hip.
Yeah.
Just my hip, not this movement.
I get it. It's so difficult,
It's
huh?
really hard. So if you're a grappler, the idea is that you want to take your opponent down, and your opponent doesn't want to get close to you because they don't want to get taken down. So being able to use your legs correctly to close the distance, for instance, is really important. That's why the front kick not just as a defensive technique to prevent people from coming, but then using it to go in. While you're kicking, while my leg is extended, you cannot counter. And if I use this as something to go in, that's very useful.
Same thing with the punch, right? Because when you did the punch, when you finished the move, I was like, oh, he's awfully close now, you know? So it's,
So trying to blitz the opponent with this kind of technique is really good, especially if someone kind of runs around.
That don't want to connect to you, right?
And then so short techniques will never reach and it's kind of dangerous. But if you can immediately go distance and then after that
connect
and sit down. So maybe pretend you're going down and then go up. And then after.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, because I can